This is a secret I've been holding for a long time, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. I loved the last season of Game of Thrones. Hello everyone, it's me, Kyle Williams, and welcome back to the Haunted House. For the last time. Maybe not the last time ever, but I'm posting this video on October 31st, 2021. Halloween. So it's gonna be my last Halloween video for a while, which actually is really something because I've been doing Halloween videos since June. They weren't all like frightening and scary, but they were Halloween. I don't have a 100% plan of where my videos are gonna go in the future, but I'm probably gonna return to the non-Halloween world. We'll figure it out as we go, I guess. Also, fun fact, last week I posted an 11 video about like me eating waffles as the character. That video was originally gonna be my final Halloween video. However, I looked at all of my Halloween videos together and I realized that there were 12 of them. I'm not about to end a Halloween streak on 12. No, 13 is a scary number. 13 is a Halloween number. So this will be my 13th and final Halloween video. For a while at least. I'm sure it'll return. Today there's no table, it's just me here. My background is the classic purple tree tapestry with the creepy cloth all across it. The last time you'll see it for a while. Oh. When I take the Mickey Mouse hands in and out of the screen, the lighting changes. Ugh. Today I'm dressed as like a Grim Reaper Mickey Mouse. I have this cool Halloween cloak thing that I got at the thrift store. It looks like one of those like classic sort of black cloak Halloween costumes, but someone made it in like a cool way. So that's cool. I'm wearing the big Mickey Mouse ears that I got with my sister in Colorado. I'm also wearing authentic Mickey Mouse hands. And it is kind of strange because Mickey Mouse has 4 fingers on each hand. Personally, I have 5 fingers on each hand, and so 2 of my fingers are scrunched up together in one of Mickey's fingers. That sounds gross, but it's fun. I'm a Grim Reaper Mickey Mouse today because today's like a Disney Halloween video. Today, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on 2 Disney Plus Halloween specials. There are so many new Halloween videos, movies, TV shows, everything that comes out on every platform every year, but I'm a huge Disney fan. I'm a huge fan of children's entertainment, actually. Some, like animation and cartoons and stuff like that. And so I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on the Muppets Haunted Mansion special and the Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales special. Both are pretty huge crossovers, mashups, like a lot of cross-pollination of intellectual property. So that was pretty cool. I'm not doing a live viewing because each special was an hour long and I'm not about to sit here and sift through 2 hours of footage. Also, I was like lying down and eating while watching the specials, and that video footage would be a disgrace. Also, spoiler alert, I'm going to be talking about the beginning, middle, and ends of both of these specials. So if you haven't watched them yet, go watch them and then come back to watch this. To be honest, I really loved both. Okay, this just sounds like Disney's so great, Disney is amazing, which is true. I'm not joking. I loved both. I thought they were both great for many different reasons. I really love the Muppets. I love the Henson stuff. I love Lego Star Wars. I love Halloween. Like literally just all of it was made for me as an audience member. I feel like I'm going a little bit overboard with the praise, but I'm not joking. I really loved both. They were not perfect, however, so I do have a little bit of criticism coming on later. But I really love it. I love the family-friendly entertainment. I love like the really campy horror elements. Stuff like that is really cool to me. Like the moon and bats and spider webs. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about each one specifically. Maybe I'll add pictures in post. I don't know, it's kind of a busy week. All right, so the Muppets Haunted Mansion. Overall, love. I really love Muppet content, to be honest with you. We're talking Muppets. I am partial to the Muppets Take Manhattan. That's a fan favorite for me. And also just in general, Muppets, puppets, Jim Henson, these people have been giving us content. A second thing I love from them recently actually is Earth to Ned, which I thought was a lot of fun. Third and most favorite is The Dark Crystal. We don't have time to talk about The Dark Crystal today. I've mentioned it several times on this YouTube channel and I will mention it several times more. I like the original movie, but the new show, worlds. Amazing. Genius. Brilliant. This is not a joke. Anyway, I bring all that up just to praise, which again sounds cringy because I'm like, wow, they're so amazing. But like, I love the puppets, I do. So it was really cool to see the Muppets in another adventure. One thing I love about the Muppets is how how effortlessly, how flawlessly they can insert the Muppets into other properties. Like I'm talking Muppet Treasure Island. That was great. And then this Muppet Haunted Mansion, all the characters made sense. It was really cool to see them as the different characters, like in the Haunted Mansion ride. I recently went to Disneyland, watch my vlog. I put it on my YouTube channel, which when I went on it in October, it was Nightmare Before Christmas theme, which I love Nightmare Before Christmas, but the original Haunted Mansion ride at Disneyland, oh, so that was really cool to see all that kind of of stuff in like a movie format with all the Muppets running around and stuff. But I thought it was beautiful. I loved all the designs. I loved the costumes. I loved the Muppets. I liked all the singing and everything. Someday I would love to be a celebrity guest in one of these things. I'm thinking of the Jane Lynch meme when it's like, I'm going to create an environment, but for me, it's I'm going to create a career that allows me to be in one of these specials. It seemed like they were having so much fun, and I think that'd be fun to do. I'm speaking it into existence. I don't know if I could pull off a whole singing thing, but maybe I could do something. A criticism I have of it, sorry to Mickey, but I was thinking in this production, we're gonna get nobody LGBT? Now, I know that not every single piece of entertainment has to check the box of every single identity ever, but we were given, in this special, we were given a lot of heterosexual cisgender relationships, which I know sounds cringe, but like really, we got Kermit Miss Piggy. We had a bride who had a bunch of different lovers who she killed. But we couldn't get nobody trans? We couldn't get nobody gay? Like, I don't think we should take away the straight ones. Let's just add in the gay ones. Add in the pansexual people. It's just, it stresses me out a little bit to watch it because it's like, technically, we shouldn't be having any kind of sexuality in programming for children. But the thing is, audiences, creators, they don't care if the straight one is forced down the kid's throat. It's just the gay one they're mad about. Ugh. I still loved it. I'm not trying to boycott it. But in the next special, I want the Muppets interacting with a trans lesbian. I'm not joking. We need to get everybody in there. And of course, with these Muppets, there's a lot of gray areas. They're not all going to have a gender. They're not all going to have a sexuality. But I would like to see an explicit representation because there was a lot of explicit heterosexuality in this. Which again, isn't always a bad thing, but I also want to see explicit pansexuality, bisexuality. I'm not joking. I think they should be in more programming. I'm not saying kids should be watching porn, but like, there was a lot of straight people in this. There could have been gay people. However, as a viewer who is in the LGBT community on Tuesdays and Thursdays, there's a huge dancing scene where a bunch of straight people talk to each other and make jokes about being straight. There was a ghost couple who didn't seem to have a gender, and they were just sort of dancing and seemed in love. And so I'm going to take that couple for the LGBT community. I'm not going to say that was representation. However, we are claiming the ghost couple for ourselves. Thank you. So moral of the story on that, when I'm the celebrity guest, me and Mickey Mouse will be bringing you some LGBT... Oh, no. That sounds like me and Mickey Mouse are a couple. No, we are not and will not be. But I was saying I would work together with the mouse people. We will be providing even more inclusive content. Okay. Overall, Muppets, I really loved it. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was cute. I thought it was funny, gorgeous. I thought it sounded great, but there was a lot of heterosexuality. I want to see a lesbian couple. I want to see the non-binary people. We got to mix it up a little bit. Moving on to the next, the Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales special. I loved it as well. I do love the Muppets, but Star Wars to me is just, my heart is in the outer rim. Star Wars to me is so special for so many reasons. This special was very full circle for me. I played a bunch of Lego Star Wars games as a kid on the GameCube. Yeah, I was playing Lego Star Wars on that, but I loved all the Easter eggs. I loved all the callbacks. There's stuff that I think if I was a little kid, I wouldn't notice, but because I was an adult, I noticed. There was even references to other stuff. The Shining, a bunch of different scary movies, a bunch of different Star Wars movies, Star Wars 9 and Star Wars 1. People will debate which Star Wars is number one versus, but they were all in one little experience, so that was cool to see. Also, okay, as a Clone Wars fan, as like a animated Star Wars fan, I love the Star Wars movies, genuinely, like the theater movies, but I also really love these animated shows. Those animated shows are never given enough credit, in my opinion. That kind of stuff is really cool to see because I feel like Clone Wars and stuff is not really taken seriously in the same way that like the movies are, which is cringe because I know even the least famous Star Wars thing is still huge business, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I bring all of that up because I really love the animated shows. Like Clone Wars is probably like number one here in my heart, but I'm always super grateful when the mainstream event like this happens with those Clone Wars animation characters. I'm talking Night Sisters. I'm talking resurrected Darth Maul. Like I really love that Ahsoka was in the Mandalorian and Bo and all these people, you know what I mean? It was there was some Clone Wars. I was like, yeah, bring them in. I love that the characters are being used. I love that we're bringing all that to the future. I also love the Star Wars special because I feel like it was a little bit of a what if Star Wars version. Like we're seeing that with like the Marvel what if stuff, like what if this happened, what if this happened, and so they're telling stories throughout this of like things in Star Wars history, whatever. So I was like, yeah, what if Luke was evil? That would be cool. I really love General Grievous. I thought that was really cool to see again. I think he's so scary and cool looking. The scenes where he's jumping to the top of the mountain and he's killing those monsters, whatever, gorgeous. Let's do more of that. My criticism for this special is maybe some ableism. I was concerned, and I have not consulted anybody on this. Maybe it's not a big deal to the disabled community, but I didn't like how Darth Maul's legs were such a thing. I was like, spoiler alert, in Phantom Menace, he's cut in half, loses the legs, and then when he's brought back to life in this special, he tried on all these legs and everyone, it was like funny. It was like comedy. Like he doesn't know how to use them and it's like funny that he's struggling. I was like, in real life, people have different legs. People have no legs, people have some legs, different looking legs, blah, 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 blah. This is a Halloween special. They could have had vampires, werewolves, you know what I mean? Halloween. We could have had all that kind of stuff. And yet we went for the laughing at the legs. I was like, ugh. In his like big segment with General Grievous, it was called the Dueling Monstrosities. To be fair, he kind of looks like the devil. He's like red and has horns and stuff. All love, but Ahsoka Tano is red and has horns too. And I'm not trying to call her a monstrosity, but I think it's because she's still like conventionally attractive. But having this guy with the spider legs and stuff was like scary. And I was like, we could have done something different with that. It could have been called the Duel or something. I don't know, just something different when it's just because he had different legs. Again, I'm not in the disabled community. I cannot speak to that. I do have an authority in a way on the LGBT stuff because the call's coming from inside the house, but I don't know about the disability stuff. Still, I was like, it felt weird to make fun of something that people get made fun of for in real life. All these aliens and all this stuff, I was like, we can make fun of something like that. So it just felt weird. But still, I loved the special. Overall, the Muppet special and the Star Wars special, I love them both, even with my criticism. Sorry to Mickey, but we can always be doing better. Overall, I thought both specials had a lot of good messages around fear and finding courage, which I think are important lessons to teach people, especially children, because Earth is a very scary place. And I know we always kind of learn about fear and stuff around Halloween, so that was kind of a nice tie-in. Another thing that I loved about both specials is that they had a lot of interesting music throughout, and then they posted that music online, which inspires me because I make all my own music for these videos. Listen. Beautiful music playing. Yeah, I make all my own background music for these videos, so I'll be posting it online on Halloween as well. I don't really talk about the background music I make for these videos, but I do work hard on them, so check out the link in the description. Okay. This Halloween cloak and gloves and all that kind of stuff is hot. It's a little warm, but yeah, that's kind of it. I really did love both specials. I feel weird like publicly criticizing the specials, but I mean, no one's perfect. We can always do better. With media and representation, there's never a finish line. There's always groups we can better serve in entertainment, in media and stuff like that. I would like to see it. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the specials. I really liked both. I will see you all in November, where I will probably be back in the human world. Thank you all for sticking with me and going on this Halloween journey with me. I'm gonna end the video by hitting the camera with a Mickey Mouse hand. All right, thank you all for watching, and really this time, happy Halloween. Yeah, they do not need my promotion, but they're getting it.